Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. Check this out. Some major work in the garage here the last couple days. We got some paint. So this guy is basically ready for some final assemblies. I wanted, now I've got it painted already, guys, obviously. I wanted to get some footage of me painting it, but I needed a new SD card on my phone, and the timing was right to get it painted, so I just went ahead and got it painted. I apologize I didn't get any footage of that. But guys, all the paints on this, well, I take it back. I got a couple small things I got to do, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But what I just want to cover in this video, I want to make sure I got one out to you guys. I've been waiting for this moment right here. The paint, it seemed like the body work was taking forever. And there's a couple little things that I probably should have been a little bit more diligent at and paid just a little more attention to, but in the grand scheme of things, it really is kind of small peanuts, at least to me anyways, and it's all right with me. That works. So got all the paint on, all the major body parts here has paint, and I'm just going to bring the car in here in a minute and show you a little closer, and then I'll show you another accessory that I had forgotten that I was going to put on this car that I think will be a nice touch for under the hood. And also what I might want to try to cover in this video, I think we're going to go ahead and put the coil. We're going to go ahead and put the coil on this car, and as crude as it may be, I just got the wire on there. I just got to cut it off, down here, say there or so, and then get the wire on the distributor. That should be ready. And then we'll try to get the engine in the chassis here. So we'll just try to go ahead and get that mounted up permanent like, and we'll be that much closer. So we're going to move some of this other, well, I can just do that while I'm yakking here. Move this stuff out of the road, and then we'll get into, I want to show you the main body here first. What we got. Get all this stuff out of the road. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this body in here, guys. I'm really pleased with this, and the kicker to this whole thing, this car being painted, it was actually 34 degrees outside when I painted this. We had a couple days there where it was pushing 50, but it just did not work out again for me to get in the garage and paint. So what I did is I had the car, the body, and all the parts inside the house there. So they were pretty warm, and I took the can of paint in then and put it in some the hottest tap water that I could get, and just let that paint sit there about 10-15 minutes, and warmed up, got thinned out real nice, and then just come right out here. And fortunately it wasn't terrible. It was bearable in here, but it wasn't terrible, but bearable, I'll say that. And I just, we're gonna go for it. And this is what we got, guys. So there's that GM 64 GM Seacrest green metallic, and really glad the way that went on. And there's that Summit white. They're actually using that paint up to this day. They've used that color GM for a long time. It's probably gone through several different names depending on what it is. But so we got a GM paint on a Ford car. So how do you like that? Anyway, and then I told you guys that I wasn't sure, and I want to get my pointer. Let me dig my pointer out here. Hang on one second. Messy bench. Anyway, a messy bench is makes a happy modeler, right? Shows you're doing something anyway, huh? All right. Anyway, remember I told you I wasn't sure how I was going to break this paint line, on the front and on the back. And I almost gave in and decided to just do it all in this color, the whole body. But I'm like, man, no, I really want that two-tone. So this is what I come up with, guys, on the front and the back. So I'll show you the front. So here's the front. I'm gonna get this chassis kind of in the way here. I'll move him over to the side. So there's what we got in the front. So what I did here is I just basically, I'm fumbling all over everything. I just basically wrapped this front, just brought this right down where this line was, brought it right around, and took it on this bar of the grill here, grill housing, and then just right back up the other side. So I think that balanced that off nice. Then with the hood on it, you'll look like this. So I just say a nice clean look. I think I'm satisfied with it. These might not be, this is just by my naked eye, which isn't the greatest thing in the world anyways, but they might be off just a little bit, but you know what, for what it is, I like it, and it's going to stay that way. So I'm satisfied with that. And then the back actually was the most tricky part for me. 'Cause that's the part that I could not, that's the part I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do. And that's the part that almost made me paint this all one color. But I got to do a little bit more thinking and just simplified it. And we just went with this, guys. Just wrapped it down around there. And it's kind of basically mimics how that would have been originally. Remember, this hood on the original cars came down straight here and then straight across. So you had a definite defining line right here that you could go mark that off. So I did that here. Guys, I did not clear coat this, and I'm not going to clear coat it, and I'm going to tell you why. Because of past experience, just in case. Now, I generally tend to use the rattle can, the Rust-Oleum 2X clear, or 2 times, whatever that X is supposed to stand for. Anyway, that's a lot of times the clear I use. Now, I know the yellow, it's not, or the white wouldn't affect that because I've done it before. But I did a test paint with this paint one time, and I clear coated it and it wrinkled. So I said, you know what, not even going to take a chance at it, because that would have really kind of set me right off there. But but with that paint on there, guys, I polished it up, took some Novus 2 to it, and I'm satisfied with the shine on there. The white's got a nice shine to it, and the rest of the car. And I probably wouldn't even have to point it out, guys, but I will, because this thing kind of handed me some lemons, so I just decided to make some lemonade. How's that? I don't remember, I told you in the past videos when I put this rear tail piece on here and filled that in, it cracked out on me a second time. Well, it sort of did, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not, and I don't want to put any pressure or strain on it. Yeah, see, you might not even be able to see that by the camera. Okay, it's right there. But I don't let it worry me, because I got to looking at some things, and I figured something out, and I'm just going to go for it, because when I checked it out, I really like it, guys. Maybe not everybody would like it, but it's my custom, and I think it's awesome. So I'll show you what I'm going to do to remedy, just to cover that up, because I definitely am not going to start sanding and try to repair that now, not with this paint on. And guys, for me, this is a really, in a way, it's sort of a rare paint job that it come out this good. And I'll just tell you guys, by painting this was just following Don Yost method that I watched on his videos. And a lot of wet sanding on the body. Went all the way up to 12,000. Started with about 600 in spots, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, and then up to 12 with some paper, sanding paper. Basically like a finishing kit. They got it at Hobby Lobby, and it's paper form. I have the little sanding squares, but I found sometimes on those, they're so large on these little smaller areas, it's just kind of hard to use them. So I used the paper and got it down really small enough, and it really worked out well for me. So, and that gouge that was up here, it's gone. There was one here on the fender, it's gone. So we took care of all that. So before I get off on another rabbit trail like I'm so good at doing, I'm going to show you guys what I come up with. Now, for the back of this, it's got this little rear grill. Okay, right there is what that would have in it. All right, and I'm still going to use that. And come on and focus there, pal. Okay, I'm still going to use that, but these 56 Fords, these turn signals here, these were turn signals that would mount up here on the front, and they would wrap around the corner, just right above the bumper. Okay, So what I'm going to do, and I got to looking at this as, that could be interesting. So this actually, let's see. I think how. Yeah, this actually, I had to think about that. This actually was a right front. This was for the right front. Okay, it would go right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm bringing it around this side to the left rear. Check this out. I'm going to put it right here like this, and we're going to have like a little bumperette. Look at that thing, man. And that just like fits that perfectly. And then what the premise is going to be when I get it set on there, I'm going to take this center where that, just to right the center where that center of that lens would be, and I'm going to drill this out right. I'm going to drill this out right here, okay, where that is. I'm going to drill that all the way through, because if you look on the bottom of the chassis, right here, your exhaust pipes, right here, is almost exactly where those corners would be. So the premise is going to be, that's where the exhaust is going to exit. And you know, you had a lot of them older cars where the exhaust did exit through the bumper right there. So that's my plans for that, guys. The only thing I had to do to that is right here where that's got the bare plastic. I had to scrape that away because it kind of jets out right there. So smooth that out, and then that'll fit on there nice and flush. Then just as a test. Now I'm going to use another one from that other kit. Because it'll be much nicer, but it's going to sit there like that, and it'll be more straight. And I already took a black wash, and I think it really looks sharp, and I'm going to black wash this grill as well. And so that's what I come up with at the back, and all at the same time, I can cover up that little crack. Just maybe glancing, you'd never know it's there, but I know it. And I thought, man, that would just add an extra little neat custom touch to that. So that's the scoop on that, guys. And check this out. I test fitted this up in there. Get my fat hand out of the way for you. All right, guys, look at that. Look at that top. All right, that's pretty cool. So that's how she's going to look from the top side. So I'm pleased with the way that came out. Got the doors. I got just a little bumbelow right there, but you know, for what it is and small as it is, I'm not worrying about it. I'm not going to sand it down and reshoot the white. So I'll leave it the way it is. Here's the other door. Doesn't look too bad. I've polished these up already. And then we'll just get all the chrome trim on there. And then here's the hood, and I polished it out a little bit. I had just a little bit of dirt right up here in the hood, but I really hit the polish kind of hard, and it's kind of hard to see it. So I'm going to leave it go the way it is. I'm satisfied. It's good enough for me. The only thing I do actually need to is reshoot the bottom side here because it's still in primer, and I forgot to do that. But it was kind of hard because I had it mounted on a piece of PVC, and it was kind of hard. You know, I wasn't able to get under there and paint the whole thing while this was wet and drying. So, but what I did on this, guys, I painted the white first, and I used the Pache H, and I used the #1 head and needle, and I just painted all the white, and very little overspray on down here. Did the white, let that tack up because it's a fast dry enamel. Took it in the house, put it in the dehydrator, 100 degrees for 12 hours. Let it set all night. That was Saturday night. I come back Sunday morning, and so that was all dry and nice and dry. No fingerprints, no nothing. So then I actually that same day I mashed it all off and come out and I painted the green. And then when that was done and set up enough to where I pulled the tape off of it. And it was nice because you had this mold line here, so you didn't have to worry about, you know, pulling extra paint off. But I made sure it was good and where it wasn't going to peel off. And then set it back in the dehydrator, 100 degrees, 12 hours again, and she was ready to go. Polished it out, and the body is ready to go. I just got to do all the detail painting under the hood, like that. You got this washer bag here, and some of the wires up there. And this, guys, is going under the hood as well. Right here. It's like a little Wildwood power brake booster and master cylinder. Check it out. So we're going to put that up under there. I actually got this order off eBay. I don't know what company it was. It just somebody had it in one of their eBay stores or whatever. But I did a commission to build 72 C10 Cheyenne truck for a friend of mine, and ordered a power brake booster for his because his had power brakes, and it actually came with 2 of them. So he took the more conventional looking one for that truck, and then I figured I'd just save this for whatever. I'm like, man, what a perfect project to use this on. So we'll do that there. So, but that's the body. That's how it came out. And guys, I'm impressed with it, and I'm getting all that much closer to getting this 30+ year project taken care of. So I'm gonna stop the camera a minute, guys. I'm gonna zoom it in a little bit, and I think we're gonna go ahead and try to put this. We're gonna try to put this coil on here, and I'm trying not to take too much extra time. I'm at like 16 minutes already, so but I want to try to get this coil on here, and then maybe we'll try to get that set in the chassis, and that'll be our video for today. Oh, here is the trunk lid too, as I interrupt myself again. So got the deck lids all done, and I might line this with that green carpet underneath. I don't know, because I got some parts that actually are unfinished here, so we'll see how that goes. But that's that number, and so let me adjust my camera here real quick, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys, let's see about cutting this coil off, and I want to cut it about right. I think right about there. There we go. And then I'll go back in once I get this mounted. Okay, that doesn't look too bad there. Once I get this mounted, then I'll go back in and touch that bottom up. Matter of fact, I'm going to hit that on a piece of sandpaper here. Smooth it out on the bottom a little bit. Okay, now I want to lay that. I want to put this about right. You guys might be too close. 1 second. Okay, we'll try that. So I want it about right here, in that area. But getting that I want to go about like this, and then we'll take that up and down and in. Now this actually, I said that was loose that last time, actually broke, but I think I'm going to need to leave it like that, because guys, that's a tight fit down in there with that distributor sticking out like that back there. So we're just going to leave it like that. Once it's in there, we're never going to see it's not attached, so that I'm not too concerned about. So I'm going to take sand. It's just a little area on here. I told you guys I wanted to get some actual assembly, and I know it's not been a lot, but a little bit. It's a little bit of assembly for you. And okay, see, I'm going to glue that right about there, but I'm going to need to find out how long my wire needs to be. Big fat ham fingers don't help any, does it? Okay, now we need to cut this on a really sharp 45 to go down in there like it should. So we're going to come along like this, maybe even more than that. All right, now then we'll, hopefully I didn't cut that too short, but we'll see here. So we want to bend about like that. Right there. You know, it might be better if we try to put that down in the distributor first. So let's try that. All right, guys, I working that far away. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have to do that up close. Get that right up to my face to do that. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I think I got that in there now. All I got to do is glue that down right in there. So I'll get hang on, let me move stuff out of the way so I don't glue it all up that I don't want glued up. So we're just gonna take this a little bit right there, and then we'll take and push that, and then hopefully this will stay down there. Just hold that there a little bit. Okay, there. That should stay. So now we got our coil mounted. I'll come back in. I'll touch that up with some black on the end, and that should be our wired engine. Should be ready to set in there. Let's see. Yeah, I got some of that Chrysler black here. I'm just going to knock the camera over and everything. I'm just going to touch that up real quick. Open this can up. 1 second, fellas. Okay. At least a little bit. Done and done. All right, simple as all that. Get this out of the way. All right, so that takes care of that. So that is set in place. Now, we'll bring the chassis over here. And guys, I don't want to... Remember, every time I tell myself I'm going to make a shorter video, they always come out longer than the last one. But I just want to share this with you guys. It's been a long-awaited project for me. I know it's been a long time since I started this, and you guys have been following along. So we'll just see what we come up with here. All right. Get that cleaned up. We're probably going to have to... Let me, 1 second, guys. You're probably going to have to scrape some of that oil pan. Yeah, just right along the bottom of that oil pan. I'll have to scrape about right in the center of that. Just a little bit, about right here. That should do it. Just enough to catch. Yeah, perfect. And then we'll get that drive shaft in there. Now this, probably should have cleaned that up a little bit better, but I think we're going to use it as it is. I might be able just to tuck that in there. Okay, trim a little bit of that off. trimming some of this off here, guys. I think I might have just trimmed too much, but we'll see. Well, it's easy to be a fumble fingers, you know, on this stuff. We can take some more off. Now, I know a lot of guys don't put drive shafts in. I like to, just for the simple fact, okay, I can do that. I can get this just for the simple fact that the real car has one, so I like this. I like to see a drive shaft in them. So, all right, now we're going to go ahead, scrape a little bit here. Apply some glue here. And this should get our engine permanently mounted. Looks pretty square. Then I'll just have to come back later. So does not drag this video out anymore and have to. I'll come back later and then get my exhaust pipes fit in there. But I think that's, yeah, that's going to hold. And then we got the bottom there, no excess glue or anything, so that's looking pretty good. That's taken real nice. Now we'll get that drive shaft in there. And I think that's going to, once we get this in, guys, I think that'll do it for this video. Just wanted to come back and show you guys where we're at on it. And like I said, I have to do all the trim yet on the body. And once we get that taken care of, we'll get the glass in, interior in, and she should be ready. I tell you what, I'm gonna put just a little dab right here, just to help hold it. All right, now let's get her in here. All right, 1 second, guys. Okay, I had to get it up close to my face again. I was having a struggle there. All right, so drive shaft's in, engine's in, and so we got a mounted engine. Now, I'm not going to put the air cleaner on until after it's all in the car. So, but what I'm going to do right now, guys, I'm gonna just go ahead and mock this thing up for you real quick. Take a peek at that, and then we'll get on out of here. Be right back. All right, guys, here's how she's going to look. Interior setting in there. Engine. That is a tight fit in there, guys, but it looks pretty good. I think it's going to be all right. Got the coil in tonight. Engine mounted. Drive shafts in. And see here, guys, where those pipes come out. It's going to be perfect. Look at that. It's going to be actually in just the right spot. So I think that's going to be pretty sweet. So easy fix for that. So, all right, guys. I told myself I wasn't going to let this run too long. Here we're at a half an hour, but just enough time to get done what we got done, I guess. So with that, guys, we're going to close it. But the paint is on. We're in the home stretch, so to speak. Just a lot of final assembly. And I think I'm going to try it. I don't know if I'm going to do bare foil on this or if I'm going to go chrome pen. Haven't decided yet, and I'll just mask that off real close to that so we don't get any of the chrome on the paint. So I'll make a decision on that here, before we get back at it again. So, but there she is, guys. She's getting closer. Got about this 30-some-year project just about wrapped up. So with that, hey guys, if you want a shop card, I got plenty of shop cards available. Just send me an email, email her in the comments, and get me your mailing address, and we'll get a shop card out to you. So for now, guys, this is Eric's Model Garage. You guys have a great day. God bless you, and happy